I'm not some guru, right? I don't have anything to sell you but my soul. Actually, I won't even sell that either. That's way too precious for me to sell. You only have one of those, right? Like, look, you know how, when motherfuckers say, look, I'll sell you my soul or some dumb shit like that. It's like, why would you ever do that? You only have one soul. That's precious. That's scarce. And one of the, economic foundations is that when things are scarce, or at least artificially propped to be scarce, there's value in that. An example would be, let's say, air, right? Air is in abundance, especially clean air in Western cultures, right? Like in the developed world, it's there. But and this is why it's not expensive to have clean air. But when you have something like, say, like diamonds, for example, or gold, for example, which is a limited, finite, scarce resource, then that's when there's more value in it. So it's like, when motherfuckers just tell you to, like, hey, look, I'm gonna sell you your soul. Like, nah, man, that's just dumb, man. It has to be a pretty high price for you to do that, man. Yeah, it's only one of that. Don't sell your soul. Not for anyone. Not for anything. Not for any piece of fiat currency that's backed by the government, whether it be corrupt or not. Yeah. I don't know what I was gonna. So I'm gonna try something a bit different here. I'm gonna just make these episodes a lot more shorter than the average 40-minute timeline, because I want to upload more, right? When writing a 40-minute episode, it does take a bit of time, because you have a variety of different this is from my own thing. I have a variety of different topics to talk about. I can't spend, unless it's really interesting and something that I know a lot about, which I don't. I don't know many topics off the top of my head that I can do a 40-minute segment on. So I'm just gonna do this, shorter segments, more frequency in terms of uploads, and maybe just focusing on one or two topics, an episode, and going from there. Which brings me up the topic of OnlyFans. I don't know why the fuck this. Oh yeah, right, because of scarcity, and I'll tell you why exactly. The whole OnlyFans banning sexual content. Well, supposedly banning sexual content. So let's kind of get down to the meat and potatoes of what this exactly means, because I'm really excited to talk about this. So, for those who don't know, according to CBC, that's right, motherfuckers, since I am Canadian, I'm going to have to support that Canadian news outlet, that Canadian broadcasting. According to the CBC, OnlyFans, a site where fans pay creators for their photos and videos, is planning to ban sexually explicit content. The ban on sexually explicit content will start October 1st. And the result of the request from banking partners and companies that handle financial transactions, a spokesperson said. But apparently the users can still post nudity, but it needs to be consistent with its company policy. But it's not really clear what that company policy is. So that's kind of the end of what the CBC was talking about. So, you know what it honestly sounds like, though? It honestly sounds like you can kind of post like mild stuff, you can kind of just post pictures of your pussy or pictures of your dick. But I don't think you can do some crazy shit like shoving a mallet down your vagina, right? Or shoving a glass up your asshole or something like that. Some, really weird, kinky, niche shit that fucking freaks will pay thousands of dollars for, or hundreds of dollars for some woman or some guy on their iPhone 7, or let's say, for example, even on their Samsung Galaxy S20 or S20 Plus or Samsung Flip 3, which by the way is recent. Check that out, Samsung Flip 3, I think. Yeah. So it's kind of weird because it's like this company is kind of biting the hand that feeds it. I know it wants to kind of get away from this whole, users posting nudity and shit. It kind of wants to diversify. Like it has, OnlyFans has created certain ads where it's like there's so many different types of art out there. Like, you can do skateboarding, you can do short videos and shit. And the comments of each of these videos are like, yeah, okay, buddy. It's weird because I don't think OnlyFans started off specifically for nudity, but it just kind of became this safe haven for sex workers to make extra money. And I think it's better for that because you can do it in the privacy of your own home. You don't have to worry about physically interacting with weirdos. Yeah, and you can kind of do it on the basis of your own boundaries, right? So you're not forcing to do something that you're not comfortable with. For example, you're not choosing to have sex with someone, right? You can choose to maybe meet up with them after you do the things and maybe arrange something there, but you don't have to do it. And I think this is a cool kind of safe haven for that type of activity, man. But it's weird, man. Like banking partners and like these shareholders are the ones complaining about OnlyFans doing nudity. Like, okay, like as a shareholder, I'll be honest with you, if I was a shareholder in that type of company, I would think of it like this: why are these pretty girls doing OnlyFans? Number one is it's an easy source of money, and number two, it's an alternative to other things. Like for example, like if let's say you don't want to be a waitress or whatever, or let's say you don't want to work in the strip club because you can physically meet creeps out there, then this is kind of like a good alternative. You can do it in the safety of your house. You can do it with very little equipment, and you can do it based on your own boundaries because you have that creative control of what you want to do. If you want to shove a melon down your pussy, then you can do it. Or if you just want to simply just post pictures of your fucking cucumber, your unclean cucumber, then you can do that too. But yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, banking partners and companies that handle the financial transactions. Okay, I guess they want to kind of diversify. So then, I guess they wanted. I don't know. I want to know what the reasoning behind it is though, right? Like why they would want that. Yeah, that's weird. But that'd be my opinion. It's like, okay, OnlyFans has organically turned into this safe haven for sex workers, and to be honest, I'd probably be pretty happy about that. I would be pretty happy about that, and I would probably back it with some money to kind of expand it out, create some more safe operations for sex workers to do their thing. It is providing a need at the end of the day, right? They're providing fucking simps. They're providing simps, at least something to look at, right? But yeah, I mean, but let's tie it all back though. So remember at the very beginning, I talked about selling your soul and how that shit is scarce, and how when something is usually scarce, it's more valuable. When you do OnlyFans, when you do kind of sex work on the internet though, here's the fucked up part about this, is that you're selling your privacy. And that by default, your privacy, since it's private, is scarce. Like think about it this way though, like the average person doesn't go on the internet to post pictures and nudes about their most intimate parts online. And this is why I assume the porn industry is so successful, is because not many people are willing to do that, to go on the internet to post their private organs online for millions to see. And I guess this is why it's so successful, because it's such a scarce resource. The privacy part. Like, who the fuck wants to, show their private parts to the internet? And that's why you pay more. And that's why simps pay more money for it. Because it's rare. Yeah, fucking hell. But it's one of those, it's like a trade-off, right? Like, you can do all this great shit, you can make a good amount of money, you can do it on your own boundaries, you can do it in the privacy of your own home, but you lose one very important thing, and that's your privacy. If you post any of that shit online, it's there forever. Motherfuckers can just screenshot that shit immediately, and it's out there. In someone's computer, in someone's phone, just doing whatever mental gymnastics, whatever mental images they want of it. So that's the trade-off at the end of the day. Like, I don't really care about, honestly, I don't really care about OnlyFans because I've never purchased it. I know a couple guys who have purchased OnlyFans from some girls, and I've known some people who just purchased it as a friend. Think of it like supporting small business in a sense, right? But hey, man, you know what? That's the value, right? You're willing to make that lot of money because you're trading something that's scarce to you, and that's your privacy. Everything comes with a trade. But I guess this kind of brings up the question that I want to think about. Should it be illegal to pay for box, or should you even pay for box? And when I mean box, I mean sex. Like, should you pay for like when I do this, when I say box, I mean sex. Like, I really think, it should be legal to pay for box, but on the condition that it has really tight restrictions to ensure the safety of the girls and the safety of the guys. For example, mandatory testing between, the guys and girls, make sure there's no AIDS or nothing like that. Make sure someone's outside the door, so if shit hits the fan immediately, someone can rush in immediately and help them out. Say, for example, the guy's a creep and decides to do some really fucked up shit, then there's at least that safety method between there. So it's to ensure the safety of both parties, right? Make sure the girl doesn't give chlamydia to the fucking customer, and the customer doesn't do some fucked up shit like spike her drink when they have sex, right? Like, I was talking to this incel, and one of the biggest problems that the incel community has is that they can't seem to get enough game to have sex with girls. And I honestly feel like paying for box does alleviate that on the surface level. Because although I think the deeper issue is that they can't find companionship and love, the fact that they can have sex with other girls by simply paying for it at least alleviates the sexless part of it. Then I think once they, kind of develop that confidence of them having sex or whatnot, or maybe they just get addicted, I don't know. But once they kind of develop that confidence of maybe getting their dick wet every once in a while, and then maybe they can be confident to talk to girls and search for love. Maybe this is something that we need. Like, I'm in that category of it. Like, why not? As long as it's safe between the both parties, then I think sex work should be very, very much legal, especially when it comes to prostitution. I mean, maybe in a company, organized company, if that's even a thing in Canada. But yeah, who knows? Maybe I'll lobby for it one day. Oh, I don't know what my girlfriend will think about that. Yeah, but it's weird because the incels talk about how they can't find love with their ugly faces. I mean, maybe it's not their ugly faces. It's it's just their social hierarchy, man. Like, the incels that I talk to, they don't lift. They don't have a very good social life. They don't have any interesting hobbies, and they don't bother to like keep up with trends of styles. Like, of course, like, if you don't have the economic like position, if you don't have the if you don't look like a fucking model, and you don't even go to the gym and don't have any interesting hobbies, you're just not an interesting person in general, man. And I think the other thing that I noticed about a lot of these incels is that they look for someone called Stacy's. So essentially 9s and 8s, 9s and 10s. Like, I get it. Instagram is really fucked up, kind of the way that, guys look, like the beauty standards between guys and girls, they really fucked it up. I get it, because it's like highly edited photos, cute looking girls, fucking bikinis all the time, and you want that, right? You want the unattainable, you want the scarce resource. But truth be told, man, you kind of have to look for someone in your wavelength. And by the way, for those who don't know, I actually did a straight up interview with an incel. Go check it out on Spotify, episode 61, I believe. All right, so that's basically it. It's gonna be a shorter episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys soon.